Um, to be honest, this is the first time I will broadcast live a review. Well, as you can see, the game just started and my Viking is drunk. Here we go. Welcome to another bag of the game. So until he gets sober, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. So we'll wait a little bit. Well, in the meantime, I just want to say that I'm not one of the Ubisoft sparrows or anyone who is got paid by Ubisoft or any affiliate sites. I'm just a very hardcore, I would say, Assassin's Creed fan. Played all games, and I'm still playing at the same time all Assassin's Creed games from Alter up to Valhalla. And the main reason is I really want to compare the Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the other Assassin's Creed games, but also to answer the question why the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game, is scored so low so far in Google's Players Real Reviews. Over 5,570 reviews rating so far on Google. The game scores only 3.6 out of 5. And now this is the lowest score than any other Assassin's Creed game rated on Google. So yes, here we go. He sobered up. I think we're gonna be ready to move any time now. Now, before I get started, also just to let you know that this is a completely unprepared review. I don't want to prepare my words. My purpose is not to convince you, and that's why I'm totally unprepared. Also, I apologize if the graphics are not clear to you unless you have a monitor which supports HDR streaming, but the HDR effect is so cool, which I really want to keep it. So, let's move on. So here is our Viking fighter, Eivor. Can I call him an assassin? Not really. And I will explain why. At the moment I am 30% progress in the game, and I have completed over 180 hours of gameplay. Now you will say, oh mate, why you really want to do that? Well, the reason is because if I don't explore the whole game itself, not just the storyline, not just the lore, then I don't have an objective and very concrete point of view to review this game and also to rate it. Well, I start from a settlement, as you can see, here, and I explore all that map. Well, I even went down, to be honest, to Canada as well. Well, anyway, so first things first. What I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna review it against the previous Assassin's Creed game, was Odyssey, but also to the previous classic Assassin's Creed games, which is stopped up to Syndicate. So from Alter, Assassin's Creed 1 up to Syndicate. And now why I'm doing that? Because this is the reason why the game is star rating so low. Because there is a huge division among the Assassin's Creed fan base. And to be honest, you can blame only Ubisoft about this. Because what they've done is, since Origins, they have introduced the RPG world. The RPG world comes in real contrast with the classic Assassin's Creed gameplay and the parkour. So in an open world, and with the exception of a few cities, you can't expect free runs. That was the Assassin's Creed gameplay. Jumping from room to roof, free runs, accomplish your missions. Now all this gone. You can't expect a free open world and parkour. There is no parkour anymore. Now, what else we see in Valhalla? Inventory. Well, as you can see, my power is 282, right? Yes, because if I want to enjoy my my Assassin's Creed game, I have to bring into a certain level which actually has some abilities. Well, first of all, I have to thanks Ubisoft for giving for the Prime Amazon members and the Prime members the Carolingian gear set, because honestly, without it, I don't know how long the hell will take me just to get a decent gear and start playing as a proper assassin and not as a fighter. Um, as you can see now on every single part of this set, there are certain abilities which actually they don't make too much sense. They are set by Ubisoft. They level up only to specific points. So basically, this is beyond your control. Now, people say, compared to the Odyssey, that, oh, this is simplified. Yes, it is. But is it beyond your control to change things around? Oh, yes, it is. Because you have absolutely no control at all. And this is one of the Ubisoft lies, actually. Because what was their marketing and propaganda is like, oh, pave your own path, create your own gameplay. No, you cannot. This is all fixed and set. Now, what you can influence, of course, is introduce the runes. The runes actually enhance your gameplay, and you can actually customize a little bit the way the Assassin's Creed or the fighter acts in the game. For example, you want to increase your armor, like I do. As you can see, I have my resistance runes here again, and critical damage for the bow, back damage, ability damage. This is some of my preferences. Now, how do you get these runes? Is it easy busy lemon squeezy? No, again, it's not. And this is why I spent 176 hours and I progress only 30% in the game, because without looting around, without killing some key enemies, I was level 80 and I was trying to looting level 160 or 200 in order to get these runes from certain treasures, not from all of them, from certain treasures, which you need to be lucky as well in order to get the runes and in order to get the gear up in order to start behaving like an assassin. So yes, this is one of the Ubisoft lies about the gear set. I'm sorry, but it is. Now let's go to the skills. What else has changed? Here we go. The popular skill tree of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What did I say? Oh, you can behave as you want. You can develop any skills you want. Not really, because it's all set up. It looks magnificent at the beginning when your brain can actually keep a track of what you're doing. But at some point, it's useless, because what's the point? You just develop sub skills to become a better fighter or a better assassin? No, the game takes you where it wants. This is all set by Ubisoft. You have absolutely no control of this. And here's the proof. From the beginning, when I started, I want to follow the bear's way. Yeah, the red one. So at some point, it says, oh, it's finished, mate. Sorry, there's no more about the bear. What else you want to do? I went to the wolf. Did I really want to the wolf and become an archer, which is mainly about arching? Not really. I finished with the wolf. What I have to do now? Oh, sorry mate, there's no more wolf. You have to go to the raven. So basically Ubisoft, it takes you where she wants, not where you want to go. Now compare it to Odyssey, the previous RPG game. You had full control. Why? Because when you were looting, you could actually get gears, you can get weapons, and the weapons have special abilities. Some of them are for fighting, some of them are for stealth, some of them has archery, and then you could collect these weapons and actually store them or sell them or dismount them and get the sources back. This is now gone. You have here to constantly loot, and if you, for example, invest on a gear set or specific weapons, you can't get rid of them. You can't. So here's my inventory, and I give you a small example. For example, here the Huntsman clock. I thought it was nice. I couldn't even preview it. Here we go, the Lord of Bones. That's not my style. Can I get rid of it? No, I'm stuck, and all this looting I've done, so many hours in Valhalla, is gone wasted. So, some other disadvantages. Now you might say, but mate, you didn't have this option in the other games, in the classic games. Yes, this is true. However, the custom of the gears were awesome, they're decent, and you could actually preview them before you do anything. Now if you go to the shop, which we will go in a minute, and let's go actually, this is a very good this is a very good moment. You cannot actually preview them, you just go blindly. So here we go. I go to the shop, which I can't do anything without the shop actually.
Ah, it's Eivor. Come in from the slaughter.
Yeah, hello. Finally, she changed her way of talking a little bit, because she's like a parrot most of the times.
May I see your stores?
Well, okay, here we go.
You know you have use for this.
Here we go. That's a little picture. Can I see a lot? No.
And I mean that.
Can I compare it? No. I mean, all the things that, all the advantages that you had actually in Odyssey, you don't have them here.
Eivor, you should definitely get this.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm not tattoos, hair cosmetics. Are these necessary stuff? Do you actually see the differences when you're playing around, or you're walking, or you're fighting? Not really. Can you see the tattoos actually of the Viking when you're fighting or you're moving around? No, you cannot. So what's the point? We get to that. Some cosmetics again, for armor, for your ship.
As a friend, I think you should buy this.
No, I don't think so, mate. Runes. This is what I'm talking about. You have to buy your way to become assassin or whatever, you know, or whatever other game style you want to have in this game. What is that? Raven Rune. Increase range damage the lower your health is. Do
You should buy that.
Not really.
Can't have
Here
too
we
many.
go. Without titaniums, without the ingots, you can't actually improve your gear. So as you can see, here's this rubbish. You can't preview anything. You can't compare. Hopeless case.
Done shopping for the day?
Yeah, I think it's more than enough.
I have to go. See you soon.
I hope to see you soon.
Now let's go out and around. Settlement. Yes, okay. There is a nice feature they brought in, but is it meaningful? No. What is it? It's simply another way to fill the empty world of RPGs. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. It's a distraction of the really, really poor storyline and the main story there is. That basically they filling your gameplay with rubbish, with nothing meaningful. So again, just an example. Where is the fisherman? Oh, here's a little guy. What this guy is doing?
It's a...
You have to bring in things, eh?
I
You
brought
have to
something for
fish. You have to fish. And when you
I've
give
never
him
even
fishes,
seen this fish close
he
up.
rewards you. But what he rewards you? He rewards you again with the stuff that Ubisoft made essential in order to build up your gear and fight as you want, or fight as an assassin should be.
Grandfather will be excited to see this catch.
So, no, I'm
I
sorry,
must
I'm
take my
gonna have to
leave.
go, mate.
So long.
Come visit again soon.
Yeah, maybe. Now, the question is why you have to do that? Why I have to go fishing? I'm an assassin. Why I have to stack in stones? Some stupid side request. Why I have to make my way? I have to find the resources to become an assassin. And this is how Ubisoft actually is feeling most of the gameplay hours of this game. To be honest, guys, I platinum almost every game. I stopped platinum since Origins. Why? Because of this. I don't see the point of all of that. If we go back to the Assassin's Creed 1 and the Brotherhood and the Ezio's trilogy, the assassin is there, is ready. It takes only a few hours of playing to skill you up because you have a mission. You have a certain mission. Now, to please that guy and give me some runes and rewards, here we go. I have to go fishing. What the hell has anything to do with the Assassin's Creed game, culture, and all that? Absolutely nothing. The ship. Where is my ship? Let's call it. Oh, it's already in use. Well, okay. Is it here? Yeah, take command.
Endelig er at gerast!
To the waves!
I will have to compare it a little bit with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, before the patch, I have to say the ship's mechanics were terrible and the graphics were really bad when on the sea. But is that still improved? No. And I will explain you
Can't
why.
raise the sail yet.
I will raise the sail very soon.
Sail is ready when needed.
I open the sail and literally you have a long boat which is ice skating on the river. It's ice skating. This is not ship mechanics. The reality of the Assassin's Creed is gone. It's gone completely. I will close it. I will close the sail and go back. Now the songs.
Noble deeds thine honor sing.
The songs are amazing only during the sales and the raids, but they're only a few. They become so repetitive, and because of the bug, the songs don't switch easily. Enor, he's a great singer, and a great composer, but I think this time, just for kids, I would say initiative, and Sarah, the other composer, change things around.
Ravens scan the battlefield.
That's a great song actually,
Ravens scan the battlefield.
but there are only a few, and there are only a few guys.
Beat and blaze our trail.
We'll pick up.
Now, talking about soundtracks, as you can see, just before I start sailing, did you hear any soundtracks at all? Music? No, nothing at all. It's just so melancholic, so boring, so low beat. When you have played the previous games, and even the latest one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you have some noise music all around, and it was switching so easily, so smoothly. Here it's absolutely empty. The loneliness of the snows and the wildlife. Okay, talking about wildlife, let's talk about graphics. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see clearly, but as I said, it's the HDR effect which I really don't want to take away. Now, I have to say, and to be honest, not only me, the majority of people who score it low on Google, it was the graphics. They feel that it's a downgrade and a step back compared definitely to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Right, let's talk about this. First of all, I have to say that the snow effect is amazing. Yes, I have to be honest with that. Even on the snowy mountains of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or even a little bit in Syndicate, I remember the snow was never been so realistic. That's a bloody plus. Now, let's go to the rest. When you approach the leaves and the flowers or anything, honestly, it just is getting pixelized straight away. It reminds me an old 2D game. And if you remember these games, they're back in 2005, 2010. It is a shame. They're not so clear. You see all this fog around, no matter if it's snowing or not. We will go to other areas and you will notice the colors are not bright. They are oversaturated, although I adjust my settings and I have a very good CV with active HDR or not, and extending coloring or not. And actually they are good after the patch 1.10, but they are not at the standards of Assassin's Creed. The brightness, the colorness, the reality, and yeah, I agree with most of the players not nearby. Now, how actually the character itself is behaving. The climbing and the jumping is not as realistic as before. The gameplay, the game controls are a bit clunky, and we will see it lately. For example, sometimes you don't know if he... I just want to raise my shield, and he changed completely direction. And this happened in the battle. So, here we go. He would change without... I don't want that. As I said, sorry if I jump from one subject to another, but I'm not a Ubisoft parrot. That's completely unprepared preview because I want to be real. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I will change environment and let's go do some looting actually. Yeah, because I don't want to spoil you. I don't want to make any spoilers about the main story of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So let's go to the map. Well, you can see a lot of things going on here, simply because I paid the guy to give me the maps. Yep, that's an all good feature from the Assassin's Creed games, but again, it's all about how to upgrade your gear so you can play the Assassin's Creed, the game you want. Now, what else Ubisoft is doing, and it's quite shameful actually. From the day one, they will advertising, buy your XP points, buy this gear set, and it's a lot of money. They ask for like 10-15 pounds for a full gear set. Why? Because they made it so difficult here to get a gear set. Is that respectful for your fans? No, it's not. So this is one of the things I didn't like about the company. So what we're gonna do is just look a little bit things. I go to level 250 actually, which is gonna be quite respectful and get some nice stuff. Fast travel. How fast do you travel really? Well, one of the things that Ubisoft says also is faster loading times. No, it's not. And I haven't talked about the bugs yet. This game is more heavy than any other game before. It's ridiculously loading slowly, and especially during the cinematics. I hope we don't get stuck, because we have a bug also that when you fast travel, it doesn't send you the destination you choose, but it's going and on and on and on for a long time, and it doesn't loading. Okay, that's good, we made it. Are we drunk or not? No, we're not drunk, so I think you can go for a leap of faith. Ah, okay. Also, I hope you notice that I have skipped the part that I'm in Norway. I'm sorry, but Norway was absolutely horrible. They literally present that beautiful country as a desert made of snow. So melancholic, so boring, such a slow start. And the way that you actually start a game is a bad copy-paste family drama, like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Don't get me wrong, I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey 3 games plus, but there was a reason the storyline was different. Here is completely nonsense. You start as a little kid who your brave Viking father surrendered. Really? A brave Viking father was pleading for his life, but I'm not gonna say any more spoilers, guys. Here is a snow environment, which, as I said, is really good. And here is a wolfie and some rabbits. And I think we have to take them out of the way, because you cannot pet them anymore. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you have this skill quite easily. But here no. Now combat. Have you noticed that blue bar? Yes, the blue bar is a health bar, is your stamina. Really? I have a fighter that is getting knocked. Well, you might say, okay, but that is realistic. Yes, it could be realistic if I wasn't getting knocked for every single swing of my axe, but also my opponents should get also knocked, but they're not. You will see that the wolves are not getting knocked, the other enemies are not getting knocked, only me I'm getting knocked. And to be honest, I have to loot a lot to build up my stamina in order not to get knocked so much. If you start in Norway, oh my god, be brave, because you're gonna be knocked every single moment. You can't walk a mile without eating elberries all the time and blueberries, which is a bit ridiculous. Well, as you notice now, I found a treasure. And what was my reward? My reward was iron and leather, yes. No gears. No gears at all. Looting system. This is how slow it is. You have to hit, you have to collect. Forget the auto-looting. Is it again realistic? Yes, but it's unnecessary. Basically, they slow down time in this game. Try to make your life difficult. Yeah, I have 4 bats of extra power, now health is full. And what it is here is a bit of a side mission, I think. Sorry. Talk about side missions. Okay. Most of the side missions in the classic Assassin's Creed games was all about around the main mission. So you might have to assassinate someone, or you might have to find a hidden clue, which is a side mission, but it's essential for the main mission. Here, the main missions, the side missions, like these ones, are completely unaffiliated.
Find me in the frenzy.
Let's say this one. She says It's 250 level, so I hope it's something really good. Oh, I have to frequently, guys, to quick save my game because the auto-saving, as you know, maybe you don't know, has a bug, and some people lost hundreds of hours of playing. I know this happened to me when I progressed in the game, so make sure you save it from time to time. So what does she want?
Hail, warrior. Are these wetlands your longhouse, your meat hall?
This is a Drenger's ritual chamber. I am Skegghold, pledged to Ragnar Lothbrok in hugger and body, iron and soul. I seek one willing to take the ritual and engage me in combat to the death.
I understand. For an opponent, you could do worse than me.
Join me then in Drenga Seder. Ragnar taught it to me at Uppsala for 9 moons, and I never stopped. I will only fight one who enters my frenzy. For if we are not in the same state, I will have an unfair advantage.
What is the potion, then? Mead and rotten bread?
A sacred ale of high volatile spirits, and Thor's fungus, the Amanita muscaria. Ragnar and I would quaff this great elixir before each new raid. I often saw him transcend the laws of battle. Drink of the brew that bubbles here in my pot. Then we will enter the frenzy together, and only one of us will leave.
Okay, here's a nonsense, side quest. What does he want? He wants to fight me, so he can go to whatever he wants. Doesn't even start the quest. There's another bug. Are you gonna start? No?
What's wrong with you?
Oh. We have to drink, I think. Oh, finally some music, some soundtrack.
May you walk the
Okay, here we
Bifrost
go.
with heavy steps, Dringer.
Superpower! That's a combat fight, one of the combat fights. So he wants to make me drunk.
Bloody shit sack!
Whoa, okay. That's a witch, isn't it? Good Spartan shield I have.
This is for the lady of many names!
Yes, you are.
Feed the worms!
Okay. You see? Now I have to say this is very clunky, the gameplay. Because you ask one thing to do, it does another. There's no smoothness like in Odyssey. And as you can see, if I parry a little bit, I'm getting knackered.
Let go for you!
Oh, I finally parried correctly this time. And some action. Okay.
I'll got you!
Okay, I think she gave up. Now, I don't know if you noticed.
You fought well, and our journey was fair. Now yours continues.
Now I transcend. Farewell. It is my turn to see the god of poetry.
I have to kill her in the end. And that's completed. And this is my word. I got 2 skill points. And an overwhelm and some runes. What did I say about the beginning? That you have to be lucky and find the right event, the right mystery in order to be able to do this nonsense, kill him for whatever reasons he wants to go with Odin, and then get the runes in order to upgrade your skills to start behaving and fighting like an assassin if you can. So here we go. Skills. Inventory. Skills. Oh, I start with skills. I got 2 points, skill points to choose. Can I keep doing the Bear's Way, which I want? No, I can't. So I have no choice. I have to go to the available ones. And what are they? Whatever it comes next. Honestly, literally whatever comes next. And how can you actually track all these skills and how you're doing, or how you can change things around? That's another lie. Some people say, oh, if you do apparently, what is that, L3 I think? No, it's not here, I think it's here on inventory. Yes, L3. Here we go, stats. So you see the defense, the health and all this and all that, full of numbers and all that. How do you influence that? How do you change that? You cannot control it. This is the biggest lie Ubisoft says, that you can control this. No, you can't, because the skill tree is madness. Even if you remove something and you add something else on your skills, you're gonna end up again to the path that Ubisoft wants you. That was not happening in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You had full control how you want to customize your abilities for as much as you want. And with the classic gameplay of Assassin's Creed, you didn't need this nonsense. That's my point. You didn't need this at all, because you were an assassin. And the gameplay, it was all about the mission. Yeah, the main mission. So let's go back to the ward. Where are we? Okay, let me reset, because you cannot mark more than 3 locations. Oh yeah, that's another minus on the map. The map, can you compare it with the previous maps you have played in other Assassin's Creed games? What you can see here: mountains, dots, descriptions, and some coloring. You won't say it's a small city, you won't say if it's a big city easily, unless it's surrounded by this, but you have actually discovered and paid for the maps which I did to reveal all this information. But otherwise it's just empty. You don't know if it's a castle, you don't know if it's a post, you don't know, you don't know really actually, and you can't mark more than 3 things, which is really annoying. At least I know where I am. And let's do this one, because I haven't, come on, remove this. There should be a treasure somewhere here, apparently. And then what is this white? We'll find out if it's an artifact or just a cursed place or whatever. Okay, I look on my map. Here we go. One of the things also that people mark low the Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Google reviews is that you can't understand. Yeah, that's my reward also. Yes, leather and iron. Thank you very much, guys. Very generous. Yeah, what I was saying is that people can't actually find easily the treasures on the location from what actually you can see on the map. I agree, but not at a certain extent. It just takes some time to get used to it, only because in Assassin's Creed Odyssey everything was so spot on, very obvious. But also in Syndicate, in Unity, the map was straightforward. You can follow the map and takes you straight to the right place. Now it's not very straightforward, and I have to say that after the patch it's been improved. On release day that was horrible. Yeah, and again we can see the snow, the loneliness of wandering in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, you can see, I don't know if you can spot on, but the colors are oversaturated. They are not so realistic like in Odyssey and even in other games before Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah. Can you hear a sound? No. The loneliness of the snow. And this is something. Oh, Sherwood Forest. Oh, here we go. And this is something actually I agree with most of the fans. I'm not happy with this, with the way the soundtracks work. It's there's no beat. I'm falling asleep, honestly. Okay, here we go. We found some villains. Let's kill them. You see, I did an Assassin's Creed assassination, and what he did, he started actually. Look my parry. I tried to avoid him, and I got knocked after 5. I do a dodge, and literally he flashed me 5 meters away. Is that realistic? No. Look at that. Is he getting tired? No, because he's weak actually. Look at that. One jump, 5 meters away. How good is that? Got knocked. Okay, kill him. I managed to assassinate someone, yes. Don't expect that you can do this if you don't reach that level I am now, and you actually have created, you have acquired these runes to increase your stealth and of course the right gear. But let's see what runes she gave me, the other Viking, which I killed for whatever reason she had. What she gave me? Oh, the runes that you don't need actually, you can sell them, which is quite good. Now, talking about runes, have I said how ridiculous it is to change gear? Okay? Before I talk about runes, let's check that. Say for example that I want to change the whole set of Carolingian with the Huntsman. I cannot anymore upgrade the whole kit. I have to go to every single section, the hood, the pants, the torso, the weapons, and upgrade them manually and change them manually. And not only that, the runes are not transferred to the new kit automatically. So if I change that, for example the clock, change, I put mentors, yes, I choose mentors. What can you see? Empty runes. So I have to go back and change all the runes for every single gear. How ridiculous is that? I mean, Ubisoft, it looks like they haven't thought it through. It's just a lazy job. Quivel, they're not auto-refilling anymore. I don't see the point to upgrade it. I'm getting maximum 28 arrows, and then I have to scavenging for arrows. That's ridiculous. Don't tell me that, oh, it's realistic or it's not realistic. Now it is a bit ridiculous, because you can't find arrows easy unless you buy or in your nearby locations. Yes, Assassin's Creed classical games used to be like this. Yes, but not so restrictive, not so selective. You had a choice. You have a choice. You had knives. You had bombs. You could throw things. You had the assassin's equipment. What is the assassin equipment here? A bow, an axe, a shield, and the hidden blade, of course, which you can use it if you have go to that power, 284. Yes, you can enjoy, but that's after 170 hours of gameplay. Yeah, is it an assassin? Not really. It's a fighter. It's a fighter so far. Right. Let's continue now. As you can see, this is some of the weird locations. You might find the arrows.
Dark spirits torment this land.
Dark spirits. So it looks like I have to clear the area from the dark spirits. The bird. Can they find the bird? Can't see anything. Right, guys. We haven't talked about the bird. The bird, I'm sorry, but is nearly useless. I mean, the bird cannot mark enemies anymore unless you do the Odin Sai, as I see, as I've done with the previous enemies. But as you can see, he can actually see and mark 3 locations of events, metals, and materials. Here we go, materials. Leather. So he can spot animals, yeah. He can spot the metals, yes. He can spot the events or the side mysteries on the map, but he can't mark enemies. Now tell me, how realistic is that? It's not. It's totally nonsense. So here we go. We arrive to a cursed place. And here it looks like the door is barred, so you cannot go in. So, oh my, flies and bad mosquitoes are all over the place, which make my life difficult. Yes, can he jump? Oh yes, he cannot jump easily, guys. No, the fluidity we had in Odyssey is gone completely. Something is here, maybe. Yeah, what we said before about finding things easily is not. The map and the eye, it doesn't look, it looks like it's in there. Now how we go in there. My screen is getting dark. One God knows why. And now, what about these little missions about the cursed land? Why the land is cursed, and who's putting these spells in the Valhalla's world? Nobody knows. Literally, nobody knows. You just have to do it because, as I said, the feeling the RPG game hours with rubbish actually. Yeah, try to get in the middle. I want to get there, can I go there? No. Probably I have to go around because he's not gonna obey. He's not gonna do whatever I want him to climb up. No. Yeah, here, no. I mean, it's literally guys getting stuck. It's not that I don't know how to climb. It's just because the game controls are completely nonsense. It's not going to do what you're asking. And I don't know if you notice in the battle that I assassinate one guy and I want to jump on the other. But he literally went away and did the second move, which I didn't ask him to do it actually. I didn't want to make a special move, but he did it anyway. Sorry. And all the skills that I'm acquired on the skill tree, basically when I'm trying to fight, the system automatically will apply them in case I press the buttons. but I can't remember every single skill that is automatically, activated without me have a say. So that's nonsense. So what happened with this one, guys? I have no idea. It's somewhere here. Maybe I have to go under. Door is barred. Now, why I have to do this? Well, it's part of the game, isn't it? That's the wonderful side missions of the game, because somebody's putting a bad spell. Who is that? We don't know. Can you climb? Yes? No? You got stuck, guys. This is the bugs we're talking about, that becomes frozen at some point, and it's not about climbing. You see how the tree is moving? It's not the spell. People have reported that.
It blocks from the other side.
Okay, we from the other side, and we are on something. Three axes, and then your stamina is nearly gone. Mosquitoes and butterflies. Maybe I can unbar this door. Nice. Nothing, no ice to break, just in case. So it's somewhere. Let's see the tree. Is anything I can shoot? No. I had my coffee this morning, but I think I'm gonna skip it, guys. Yeah, because it's nonsense anyway. I don't see really the point. Now, let's talk about acting. You heard him talking, yeah? You're gonna hear him soon again. How do I find the acting? The way he moves, the way he walks. Very uninteresting, very boring, very unaffiliated with the assassin we have. When I put the clock on, I don't want to be funny, but don't I look like a ladybug? The way the clock is moving, how choppy, clunky he is. There's no finesse, there's no style. Yes, thanks to the new upgrade of the new patch, we finally have some details, but it looks very big, it looks very clunky, chunky. He's a fighter. It doesn't look like it doesn't have the finesse of an assassin. I call him Ladybug anyway, because he looks like a ladybug from the back. Look at his moves. He looks like a ladybug. Okay, let's see as we can go. I will leave this for another time, when I have the time. I'm gonna see if we have any space left to raid. Raid. Talking about the popular raids, oh my god, how good they are, blah blah blah, and all this and that. Right. I think the raids have been designed by a 5-year-old child for 5-year-old children to complete it. So repetitive, so easily chaotic. You don't know who's doing what. Totally chaos. Anyway, I don't see any raiding points at the moment. I've done quite a few because, as I said, I have to upgrade, guys. So where are we gonna go? Should I do a little bit of the storyline? Okay, I'll do a little bit of the storyline. Where are we? Okay, let's go here. Meet all friends. Okay, a little bit of spoilers. That's a little bit of the storyline. Loading. Come on. Right, I am impressed. The bar is nearly full already. Wow, that's good. What's your favorite Assassin's Creed games, guys? Feel free to leave a comment below. My favorite, Ezio Trilogy and Unity, because the parkour is amazing.
Live in peace. I expected nothing less for land under Hemingway Jarl's rule.
Talking about acting, I don't want to be funny. I tried the female Eivor for a while. I'm sorry, but this woman, I don't know if she's acting this way or something terribly is wrong with her voice. She sounds like a sore-throated lorry driver. Literally, nothing female or feminist about it. Nothing at all. Ivor, he sounds a bit pathetic and interesting. I cannot even compare it to the acting of Odyssey or Unity or Ezio. Oh, come on, Ezio's voice was inspiring. I mean, interesting. He had character. It's snowing again, always. But again, even if there is sun, there's always has to be a fog. It doesn't matter, guys, if it's winter, spring, or summer. You will see when we getting along. Just check this fog, always. It has to be fog. Nice details here, I have to say, with the Vikings, with the shields. They have fixed things. But let's talk about facing expressions. Facial expressions. This is what people argue a lot. They don't actually see an improvement from Odyssey, but it's a kind of a downgrade. Why? Because the details on the faces are a bit gone. Some white eyes, the coloring is not right. Here we go. And it's good when they're standing. NPCs or the local ones, completely uninteresting. I mean, look, you go through them, you cannot go through them, can you? No. Look at that. Are they moving? No. Look at the bugs from the gameplay. It's glitchy, it's clunky. Uninterested NPCs. They won't be alarmed, they won't object, they won't complain. Do whatever you want. And also the details on the faces. This is the biggest thing people argue about. Is a step back from Odyssey at least. In my view, even Unity had better face characteristics. Yes, nice colorings. Nice kids. Well, I have to say they have some flaws. You can see here the clock is overlapping, of the axe sometimes disappearing. But the faces, it is a step back. There was so much finesse in Odyssey, even Syndicate and Unity. I'm sorry. You see, the beer, it's moving like a flag. Now you might say, oh my god, this is detailed. Yes, so we're looking for details to make a comparison, don't we? There we go. Let's see that Viking, that's Seal Maiden. She's quite actually right. Uninterested. I mean, tell me, what's the point of standing and doing nothing? Everyone has their tattoos and all that. Uninterested completely. Okay, let's move on now a little bit with the storyline. And let's check what's going on in Schottenham. Yeah, uphill you're getting naked. You're always getting naked, guys. But your enemies never do. Can you hear the soundtrack noise? Since I since I arrived to the port, that ridiculous, annoying soundtrack has never changed. It's going on like a bee in my head. It's not inspiring. You literally, it puts me in a letharg, like sleeping. What is the beat? Where is when you change the scenery and you arrive somewhere, for example in Odyssey or even in Unity in the previous games, it's a change of soundtrack, different suspense, a different experience. Nothing. Here we go. You arrive in Shotgun whatever, where you can again loot, whatever. Forget the jumping. You can get killed easily, guys. Okay, what is it? Nice details actually on this rock and stone as you go closer.
It's Nottingham. It will be good to see Billy again.
So we arrive in Nottingham to see Billy again. He nearly have yellow teeth, this guy.
pour the mead! Eivor's come to Nottingham!
Skull!
Okay. That's a warm welcome at least.
Come raise the costs and lose we may set off at any moment.
This is one of the halls, I think, with a gathering. Should there be a kind of uplifting music, guys? When the people are drinking here, eating and celebrating? No. That annoying soundtrack, the beat is again on and on and on and on. There's a nice feature, I would say. Some indoor good cinematics are missing from the previous games, but they have to be meaningful. Whenever it was a part of the game, even in Odyssey, in Ancient Athens, you have these big cities where you can wander for hours and hours and do a big free run. But here, no. So what's going on here? Who wants me?
I'm on my head.
Okay, he's upstairs. Let's hear some acting now, cinematics.
Do I trust my own eyes? Is that truly who I see?
Tryggvi, you old hound, how are you?
Eivor, a friend of old is a good omen.
Look at this. Your chin grass might be mistaken for hedges now.
Ah, but a healthy Jarl beard it is not.
And what of Billy? I was happy to get his message.
I stand in Vili's place today. He and his father have gone to Ulkathorpe to stave off an invasion of Picts. We've laid a long siege, and Hemminger Jarl looks to finish the job.
Okay. Let's put this one.
Off looking for a fight, I should have known.
Yes, Vili's sword always finds its way into trouble sooner or later.
Not a bad way to live.
In spite of these war cries, you should know that Vili's father is more frail than last you saw him.
How could that be? Hemminger Jarl is an ox.
So he is. And he'll be pleased as Skull with the moon in his jaws at the sight of you. Come, the swiftest path is by river, but these waters are hostile to Norsemen. You bring good luck with you. We could guide the sail steeds downstream.
I'm ready for whatever danger awaits. Prepare your convoy, and we'll be off.
Our Jarl has waited long enough. We follow the Wolf-Kist to the encampment.
Let's follow this guy.
Eivor, the Raven Clan's Wolf-Kist. You'll soon have more names than the All-Father himself.
I've traveled far, spilling the dew of slaughter. A reputation is the price of victory.
Aha! Indeed!
Finally, the tune has changed a little bit. Again, the melancholy at its all degree.
Ready the sea beasts. Eivor Wolf-Kist.
I remember when Billy and I were small children. You spun many epic yarns for us over the hearth's fire. But I do not remember you telling us how you came to serve Hemming a Jarl. Is it a tale worth telling?
It is?
Right. Now at this point, guys, before I continue, I need to say a little bit what is gonna happen, because it's so predictable. As you can see on the world map, yeah, on the world map, I've been in some locations already which they have already pledged to our alliance. So my job is actually go to Wessex, instate an elderman or a king, and then in the end of the day he say, oh, thank you for helping me get on the throne, if you need help I'm here for you. And this is actually the main gameplay. I have to go to Mercia, do the same. I have to do East Anglia, do the same. I have to go all over England and do the same, and in the end what's gonna happen, I'm sorry but I have to say, now I have to face King Alfred. Now if this is an Assassin's Creed game, then either I'm blind or we don't know what we're talking about here. As an RPG game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I give it 4 out of 5. It's no better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was a masterpiece, and I agree with the people who rated so far 3.6 on Google's Real Player Review. My Assassin's Creed rating for this Valhalla is 1. If I could give it a 0, I would give it a 0, because it's completely unaffiliated. You spend hours and hours trying to become an assassin, and in the end this is not an Assassin's Creed game. Right guys, that was the end of my review. I will continue play, and to be honest, if you're looking for Assassin's Creed game, you're not gonna find it here. If you're looking for an RPG game, yes, it's good enough. Thank you very much, bye.